Emma, thank you very much indeed for that. Well, now to a man who ran his own plastering business in Armagh until the recession hit. He was left unemployed, moved to County Clare and began growing his own vegetables, and that was the turning point in his life. From there, a whole new career has taken off. Paul Callahan, thank you very much indeed for coming into us this morning. I mean, okay, let's go through the story first of all. You were working as a plasterer, you moved to Clare, you were in a flat for a while. What happened?
Yeah, no, I had my plastering business up above in Armagh, and then obviously the recession hit everybody, and I had to make the decision on winding up my business. I had a couple of guys working for me, including my brother Carol, and it was a tough decision to make, to wind down. But then I had a sister living down in County Clare, so I was used to the area, coming up and down visiting, so I thought, look, you know, change of scenery is needed here, a fresh start. So I moved down and I started growing my own fruit and vegetables in the garden. Now, it was a very small plot to start with.
And was that the first time you'd ever done that?
Yeah. I mean, I got as I was sort of saying, I have a €5 membership from the library per year, and I used to get the books out of the library, and I taught myself then how to grow my own. And then with that came the cooking then. So
once you started growing your own vegetables, you started seeing what you could do with them with
exactly,
library books.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, okay, you started a food blog at that point, didn't you?
Yeah, well, it was about about a year later I started the food blog, which is the Sustainable Larder. And I just started getting my recipes out there. I realised I had maybe about 70 or 80 recipes.
Now here we're looking at your blog here.
Okay.
So these are all recipes that you made up yourself. I mean, you're a totally self-trained chef, starting with your own produce.
Yeah. I would think of myself as a home cook rather than a chef. I mean, I'm not trained in any way, but it's just trial and error, and there has been many's an error too. But
look, even videos that you've done how to do things.
Yeah.
Well, and now you've just published your first cookbook, or rather Mercier Press has published your first cookbook. This is it, Calsa Cooks, Real Food Made Easy. I've been looking at the book. I just think it's a terrific book. I mean, every single recipe looks very doable.
Thank you. Yeah, well, I wanted to make it as easy as possible. And as I say, it's not to be, like these chefs who are near enough barking out orders to you from their book. It's more like a friend in the kitchen sort of talking you, the easy steps through it.
And it's not kind of fancy aspirational stuff. It's stuff you can actually make.
You can get all the ingredients in your local supermarkets or farmers market or anything like that. And hopefully people will start growing their own as well and get their ingredients from their garden.
Yeah, and I really like you actually write a lot about yourself coming into it. I mean, that period when your business went bust, that was not in any way an easy period. It wasn't just
it wasn't pretty by any means. I fell into depression. I struggled for 18 months. I mean, money was going out, nothing was coming in. It was a very difficult time now, in fairness. But the starting to grow my own really brought that out in me then.
So it was almost like a form of therapy.
It was. Look, it was a reason to get up out of bed in the morning, to see what was happening in the garden. And then, as I said, was starting to experiment then with food. And look, I was stone broke, there's no two ways about it. So these are all recipes that are affordable ingredients,
Yeah, I mean, it really is an extraordinary story. The other thing I think is great about this book is that you give a nice, straightforward guide to herbs,
sort of
spices, the basics.
The no-nonsense approach, I'm not going to pretty anything up. I wrote it pretty much the way I would speak. So.
Yeah, you also did all the photography for this.
I did, yeah. I had to go buy a good camera, and it was over a 3-month period of writing the book, and I photographed everything myself,
So what's your plan from here on in?
Keep aiming high. I'm the kind of person who will just strive to do better, and I mean, this is only the start as far as I'm concerned. I never in my wildest dreams thought that I would make a career out of a hobby, but it's getting there now, and I'm going to keep striving,
Yeah, and I mean, it's almost got a kind of a Jamie Oliver flavour to this, I think, the kind of the mix of putting your own personality, your own life story.
Yeah, well look, I didn't want it to be as I say, a dull, boring cookbook either, I wanted it to be nice and fresh and something that people would actually enjoy reading,
Yeah, very much so, very much so. Well, listen, I'm sure we'll be watching you on telly in no time here.
Better luck.
TV chef. But Paul, congratulations on it. It really is a gorgeous book, and the very best of luck with your future plans. Thanks for coming into us today.
Thank you.
Okay, and that is